we pull the clutch back a bit, it helps. But yeah, this thing has a severely slipping drive belt. So I ripped the deck off quick. I gotta change the blades anyways. And I get a nice look at this pulley setup here for the hydrostatic belt. So here is our engagement. This is our clutch. So that right there is fully engaged. It should be driving. We can see how the thing looks here. We're going to push the clutch in. Releases the tension on the belt going to the rear end. Then when we let the clutch go, tightens it back up again. And this is a very healthy looking belt. So now my next theory is maybe this spring just isn't tight enough here. I wonder if I should try moving that to a different position. Maybe I could slap it back to that hole and see if it works. Okay, the deed is done. I feel like the shake reduction isn't working on this thing. So we moved our spring from way over here to here now. It's not hitting nothing. Maybe we'll double check when we pull the clutch. Nope. You can see it's actually like being sprung open now, whereas before it looked a lot more relaxed, barely even like under any tension. And I think that's gonna fix this thing. Let's see if I'm just being optimistic. Make sure we let her sit upright for a little while so we don't potentially starve the engine for oil. And slap this battery back in. I didn't even think of this when I tipped the Mylon tractor over many times. Probably why the battery went to crap. I already had it tipped over for only like a minute, thankfully, but you can see it was actually starting to pee out the vent a little bit here. It's internal juices. Luckily it didn't pour out lots and get all over the place and wreck the battery. It will be totally fine. How stiff is the clutch now? Let's compare it to mine. Mine, I've never messed around with the clutch or drive belt or anything. It's actually still got its original drive belt, believe it or not. Oh no, mine's way lighter. Maybe this one's pulleys are affecting that slippage a bit. Well, I guess I have to eat my own words. Check the oil real quick. Perfect. Right where it was before I started it. Shit. She's hydrolocked. There, took care of that. Guess I'm gonna have to pressure wash our hood off for him now. This is that same hill we were trying to climb before we did any repairs to it. You remember how it could just barely climb it? No problem now. Go anywhere we want. She's just roasting them now, boy. Boot around the yard with it for a while and heat her up so I can change the oil and proceed with the maintenance job that I was actually asked to do. I don't think he even asked me to fix the belt slipping issue, but bonus of being a neighbor, I guess. Alrighty, well, I gave this thing a nice air compressor bath. They've told me they've changed this drive belt, I don't know, a lot of times. It doesn't last very long before it starts to slip. And from what I understood, this has been a problem since basically the thing was new. Of course, these plastic pulleys are always suspect. The V is worn down a little bit on this one, but it's not that bad. This one isn't worn at all. The metal pulley back here that connects to the rear end definitely does have a groove on it. Not that the camera is going to be able to see it, but I don't know. I think the belt's still riding in there good enough for it to catch. I think those pulleys might be a tiny bit worn because the belt's been slipping for so long, that's not the cause of the slipping belt, that's a symptom of the slipping belt. My theory here, we simply aren't engaging far enough here on this pivot. You know, this needs to come down maybe another 1/2 inch at the very least, and that would be all we would need. I mean, you can even feel it when you're using the clutch here. You know, like you got the clutch all the way in and you're letting that clutch out like right to the bitter end before it just barely starts to grab. Then you pull the clutch back, it kind of makes it start grabbing a bit better. If it was still actually engaging back here and still slipping, then I would say that's a pulley slippage problem. Because it's like, you know, no matter how tight you got it, unless you make your belt ridiculously tight and start wrecking bearings on pulleys, it's just going to keep on slipping. But this one, no. I think we're just not engaging the belt quite tight enough. Honestly though, it doesn't feel that loose. A little bit up here, I guess. That's the longest point. I'm still thinking we would just get away with doing something here. I'm not sure what. If we undo this bolt or this nut, then this pulley and this whole pivoting arm deal here should come right off. And then we'll be able to find the little stopper for this and like grind a little bit of it away so that it allows this arm to pull just a bit tighter on the belt. I guess maybe before I do that, we should verify that is our issue and like try to pop the belt off here. All right, well, probably any other YouTuber would just edit out everything I just said because it was complete bull. But I'm just gonna leave it in so as I can look like a thorough idiot. I popped the belt off of this pulley here, and yeah, she just went plunk way down. There, you can see how much further the pulley's going than the resting position of this belt here. So that is definitely not the issue. I thought for sure this arm was just, you know, maybe bottoming out like right here or something, eh? And it was just barely grabbing the belt, but no, she goes way back. Guess now is as good as time as any to look at this plug here. Honestly, it looks pretty new. 29 thousandths? I think she's bang on. There we go, shined her up a little, just for good measure. I noticed we got a nice rip in the spark plug boot here. For the most part, it probably wouldn't short out, but I think while I've got it out here, I'm going to go ahead and clean that off and just wrap it up with some electrical tape for now. I don't think you could even buy spark plug ends for these things, unfortunately. Maybe you could fashion your own on there if you really wanted to, but I think you're basically intended on changing out the whole coil if you wreck your spark plug wire. I figured I'd show you guys a shot of this oil. Nice and nasty, oh yeah. Yeah, she stayed nice and dark on the edge. Keep in mind, this is right hot oil. If this oil was cold, it'd be just pure black on the edge here. Careful, you guys. That pole has high voltage on it. I even got one sitting on the yard light.